Jason here from Falcon Photo Ohio, and I've got a pretty cool sports story that I want to share with you. It started out like any other night. I checked the schedule online. I saw there was a couple of basketball games going on, girls varsity and then the guys varsity after that. So I planned on doing a doubleheader. I showed up a little early, was setting up all my gear, doing some test shots and stuff like that. And I started shooting the girls varsity game. And the guys basketball, Miami Trace Panthers guys basketball team was sitting right next to me, and I jokingly looked over and said, "Hey, I hope you guys bring the energy tonight because I'm going to be taking a lot of video tonight, and I'm going to be making some highlight tapes." And I told them I was with Falcon Photo Ohio, and one of them got really excited. He's like, "Oh man," he's like, "I've seen your stuff on Facebook and Instagram." And then one of the other guys on the team, he jokingly said, "Hey, make sure you take some pictures of me after a big three-pointer." He's like, "I'll be the one sitting on the bench." And we kind of laughed, and I was like, "I got you, man." I was like, "Don't worry about it. I'll take care of you." Little did I know that little moment, that little exchange that we had was going to turn into a much bigger moment than I could imagine. The game started off pretty rough. Simply put, they struggled pretty bad in the first half. It felt like the energy in the gym was dwindling pretty early. But as a photographer, I'm always focused on what's next, what's about to happen, always anticipating the next move. But here I was, capturing missed shots, turnovers, trying to stay hopeful that one defining moment was still going to happen. At the half, Trace was down, I think, 14 points, and it just wasn't looking very good. It looked like the game was starting to get out of hand. But I was determined. I knew that there had to be a turning point in this game. This team was too talented to be held down like that. And as the second half began, the team started to launch their comeback. It started to feel like something big was about to happen. The gym began to come alive. The fans were really getting into it. The student section started to get into it. With every block shot that Trace put together, quick transitions back into the offensive zone. With every point they scored, you could feel the energy level rising in the building. Drawing from my experience as a former athlete myself, I know how to read the game. I could feel something was about to happen, and then I saw it. I positioned myself in the perfect spot, a spot that gave me a higher probability of not only capturing the three-pointer, a spot that gave me a higher probability of capturing the three-pointer and keeping my promise at the same time. I was locked in, I was focused, and I was ready for what was about to happen. Number 33, Guthrie, made a key block, and the Panthers got the rebound and immediately started that quick transition, and I was like, this feels like it's going to be the moment. They moved the ball around quickly, and I saw number 22 kind of slip off frame to the right a little bit, just outside of my field of view, and I was hoping that they were going to pass the ball to him. You could even see one of the Panther players pointing over to him, pass the ball to him. And I know that number 23, I know that he saw him, and you can see that he was trying to, pull the defense with him just a little bit to give him even more room. And that's when he passed it over to him. And immediately, out of the corner of my eye, I saw the young man that I made the promise to stand up. He was the first one up out of his seat because he felt, you could tell that he felt the moment was getting ready to happen. Number 22 got the ball. I knew that I had to keep everybody in focus, everybody in frame. I couldn't panic. In that split second, I had to remain calm. No cheering, no distractions, just slow, steady breaths, just like in weapons training. It's an amazing feeling whenever you're behind the lens, and it feels like the environment, it feels like the entire gym just goes quiet, and it just feels like it's just you and the one player with the ball. I could feel my heart beating, and I know that his heart was pounding as well, because he was getting ready to take the shot that could get them within 2 points of tying the game after being down 14. But I couldn't let my excitement ruin the moment. I had to remain calm, I had to remain focused, and I had to remain locked in. I couldn't jump out of my seat and yell and throw my hands up like I wanted to. I had to be present in the moment and remember that I am there to capture the moment. The three-pointer was perfect. As soon as he took the shot, I held the camera, both the shooter and everybody on the bench, in the frame as long as I could. But knowing, basketball, I knew I only had, a very small window before I needed to pan back to the basket, because I wanted to catch the ball going in. That's another important shot. So I panned back, I saw the nothing but net, and immediately I panned back to the bench, because now I could fulfill the promise. He wanted me to get pictures of him, celebrating over on the bench, so that's what I did. I panned over, I found him, focused on him, kept him in the frame, held it, and you could see the energy, you could see the intensity on his face as he was clapping and cheering, and then he slapped his buddy that was sitting next to him in the chest, and just afterwards I was like, wow, I was in awe. I was like, I captured the moment that I came here for, and the game wasn't even over. They were still coming back, but that three-pointer to me was the pinnacle moment of the game. It got them within 2 points, and Trace went on to continue, making threes and making their two-pointers, their three-pointers, and they ended up coming back and winning the game. It was a heck of a game to take video of. The student section was going wild. The parent section was also very engaged and loud. The guys on the bench were just going nuts, cheering on their teammates. And number 22 reacted just how I hoped he would. As soon as he made that three-pointer, I mean, he was just, you could feel the intensity as he, high-fived his buddies on his way back to get ready to play defense again. I honestly couldn't believe it. I've only been doing this for 3 months, and already I was able to capture, just a really cool moment like this. And even the young kid that was helping out, with the basketballs and passing them to the players in pregame warm-ups, he was even ready for that moment. He was locked in. You could see him, standing right behind number 22. He even, did his own jump shot at the same time, and just seeing, how excited he got whenever it went in and when the crowd went wild. No doubt that he's going to be probably playing for the Panthers here in a couple of years. And like I mentioned earlier, the Panthers went on to win the game and improve their record to 9-0 and remain undefeated. It was such a great moment in sports, I think. But it wasn't just about the win. It was about to me, it was about the moment, the energy, the connection between the players, the coaches, the fans, the student section. How amped up they were, and how. I really faced a moment to keep my emotions in check and stay focused on my mission. And my mission is to capture those moments, not only for the student athletes but for the parents who a lot of times will be filming, and if it's their kid, they're like the camera drifts over here while they're yelling and screaming and hollering, and they're like, oh crap, I forgot, so the videos usually kind of get lost or thrown away, but that's why I'm here. This is why I started Falcon Photo, because I can't really play sports anymore. I had to retire my cleats. Here I am at the age 41, but I still love sports, and I still, want to be a part of sports. And to me, this is the best way that I can be a part of sports, because I want to capture these moments. I want to tell these stories of, I want to tell these feel-good stories and stories of accomplishment from this small town that the rest of the world wouldn't really get to see if I didn't capture it.